next attempt at audio. Let's see if we got it right this time. Do we have audio this time? Sound now. Okay. Get some folks in here and see if we get it working now. Do we have sound? Do we have sound, guys? Hoping for sound. Hoping for some sound. Did we do it? Are we there? Do we have the sound? Jay is saying we've got sound. Gosh almighty. Talking about technological gremlins and just robbing the vibe from the room. Do we have the guitar? Is the guitar working? Dude, yeah, exactly. Jay says the silent single coil system is working a little too hard. It made everything silent. All right, well, we got enough people in here to start hanging out. Good gracious. You know, it's funny. It's like I'm so used to being on stage and playing and doing songs and stuff, and I've always been so comfortable on stage when there's a little error in the sound or the sound man's got to adjust a cable or there's a line, and I always feel like I've got people there like looking back at me and interact, you know. This kind of environment, first of all, it's just me. There's nobody else here to help out. But when something goes south, it's like I can't really hang out with you guys. It's either all or nothing, you know? So I'm glad that we got it worked out. Looked like what I ended up doing was going back to OBS and downloading, I guess, a newer version of it. And it's not even that I was using an old version. As you know, I was using the version Monday. And all of a sudden it didn't work today. So. Yeah, cool. Here's a cool little lick that's I got from Brent. You notice it from Swing with a Sting. It's the right. So what happens in that lick? I think it's like. So that right there is the interesting part to me. it's like this. So the interesting part is when he plays the E triad. We're in the key of G. And he plays the E triad against it. You get this sound. Yeah, so it's cool that you get your altered tones by playing an E triad. Because you get, when we're in G, let me break down G. So you have G, B, and D, right? When we play that E triad, we get B again. We get E, which is now like a G kind of 6 kind of sound, right? But the cool thing is when the E triad happens, you get a flat or G sharp. So you get this. You get that sound. Or a little bit easier to play it there. So Brent plays all in G right there. Now there's the 7th, right? Right? You can actually lead with it. Or you could play it by itself, right? So let's have a... Right? Check that out. Right? Maybe A minor. 2 minor. 5, 1. That other sound right there that I just played was kind of cool because it got a 9 in it. All of that stuff has just cool sounds against just a G7, right? And a lot of times when I'm practicing, guys, what I'll do is I'll just find one chord. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll find one chord and find out what's going to make that one chord sound really cool, right? Right. There's a cool sound with that 6. Flat 5. Right. That's stacking triads, right? Kind of cool. You can do it up here too. That's kind of nice, right? One more time. Let's back up. Let me adjust the camera here. Let me, I'll tell you what, I'm going to kind of watch the OBS stream here for a second. Drop that down. You're not going to get to see my lovely face for a minute. That's all right. I'm sure you'll make it through. Okay, check it out. Now let's try it again. Here we go. Try to get you a good angle here. So G and then D flat, flat 5. Kind of gets that Simpsons thing kind of going on, right? And then G again, but we're going to do G7. Right again. And there's that thing that we were just talking about using an E triad for that sound. So one more time, so you guys got it. Right there it is. Use chromatics. That's more of like you get more of a Steve Morse kind of thing, right? How'd he do it? Maybe something like it. Yeah. Right, maybe something like that. Steve always did these big rolling things. I always kind of recognize that kind of tonality having him with a lot of Steve Morse's playing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. And then obviously all this stuff will work on the back pickup too when you're kind of. There's it. Again, you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to make that E triad happen. Let me try to play slow over that. Yeah, right? You kind of got it. Kind of hear that resolution. Yeah, isn't that cool? All right, so I'm gonna jump over here to the chat now. Little school time's over. Let's hang out a little bit, see what's going on. Everybody looks like everybody's happy that we got some sound, which is cool. Dave Miley asked me if I like the 2-rock amplifiers. Let me flip my camera back up here really quickly. All right. Yeah. Camera angle kind of sucks here. Let's try that. You guys kind of see my down my hallway, the rest of my studio that nobody ever gets to see, right? That's the back of the iPad. There's nothing crazy there. That's actually what I'm using. I got a Street Fighter machine over there, but the iPad is how I'm controlling the universal audio unit, the aux. That's what I'm using to do that. Yeah. You know what? I really do not like this camera angle at all. Let's try that. Okay, that's better. Yeah, the 2-rocks. You know, I've never really played a lot of them. I've got some friends that use them. Ariel and Joey Landreth and those guys. They use the 2-rocks and they get some great tones. I know Seth Rosenblum likes them too. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of experience with them, but you know, I'm sure they make good stuff. See here. Oh, Deconfuse is saying the Back to the Future thing. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because of that tension. Right. Sounds great. Greens from Australia. Cheers, Australia. Matt, how you doing? Fit to praise. This is a good question. Any advice on what powered studio speakers to get? Are you saying that you're after a powered speaker like something like the to run an Axe Effects through? Or are you asking about maybe monitors for like studio monitors? You know what I'm saying? Because I use those Kirks. I've got some KRKs. They're not the best in the world, but they're good, and they sound good to me. I really know the way they sound. I know where the mids are in them, so it's like they do color the tone a little bit, but I actually know where they're at, so I can actually kind of tune my sound in for them. Seth Rosenblum has just joined the party, which is cool because Seth, if you don't mind to jump in the chat, 2-rock guys asking about those 2-rocks, maybe you can help him out. Yeah, so Fit to Praise, I kind of need a little more for an Axe 8. Sure. Do you have a DAW, a DAW that you're using? I'm sure you do. You know, an interface and stuff. Are you using like a Sapphire, Apollo, stuff like that? I just that's how I run my Axe Effects. Like right now, I'm using the aux, which is cool. Sounds great. Here's with some delay on the aux. sounds really good. Probably be even better if I was in tune. Let me hit the tuner real quick. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what you'd want maybe powered speakers for, other than, you know, just maybe I would just use studio monitors in your interface. Honestly, that's kind of what I would rock. Actually, that's exactly what I do. So, as far as the powered thing, you'd have to maybe ask somebody else with a little more thoughts on that. Nice little lush tremolo. Yeah, you're saying you use it into Logic. I would just use studio monitors. Oops, sorry, wrong one. we go. A couple more questions. Sorry, I was kind of noodling off. Damon Stewart says, do I recommend the Boss Katana? I mean, what size are you looking at, Damon? Maybe that's a good question. What size katana are you thinking about getting? I think they're really good. Great practice amps, you know. Roma says, heard Al Di Meola uses some kind of finger rings to warm up. Wow, that's crazy. I've never thought of that. SRV Fender. We're not going to get we're compiling the DVD footage now of what could possibly be a DVD from Guitar Woodshed Experience, but I don't have the answer on that. There's a ton of footage. Some of the audio, we just didn't get good clean mic lines. Next year we're going to use those. We're going to use some load boxes that we can have good clean signal. What are some good records to steal country licks from? This is from Ethan. Ethan, I hope you're doing well tonight. Some good records to steal some country licks from. Let me just give you a couple. One would be like the Who's Cheating Who riff from Alan Jackson. Let me get in the frame. That's a great riff to get started with some country stuff. The Merle Haggard Working Man Blues riff. And as you can see, I'm using this low string as pedal tone. These are double stops, so I'm playing an A triad there. Open A ringing out. Hammering on like that. So that's hammer from like an A minor to an A major, and then a D. So it's like this sound. Doing it with some chicken picking. Now, here's the right hand. Using these two fingers for the G and G and B strings. All those kind of double stop licks. Maybe I advise you jumping over to Levi Clay's channel. He transcribed a ton of Brent Mason stuff. I would definitely start there. Maybe some Diamond Rio licks. Here's the Mirror Mirror lick. That'll get you used to using your middle finger to kind of get used to that chicken picking thing. I would advise maybe checking out my Under the Influence episode with Jimmy Olander. We'll talk about the proofs in the picking lick, which is a good one. So that's my advice there. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much. Elfman says hello from Marion, North Carolina. Marion is where I was born, so yeah. Back to McDowell County. Anthony says, hi from Seattle. When you get writer's block on a riff, you're trying to turn it into a song. Do you push through in that moment, or do you step away and not force it? Is there something else? Is there tips for this, etc.? Writer's block can be a booger. It really can. Think about this. So when I'm thinking about like writing something, I try to make sure, put myself in the position when I have writer's block, put myself in the position of what would the rest of the guys in the band be doing? Like, what's the drummer playing? Obviously, they're not with you in the room. What's the bass player's part, right? If we have something that's what would be some kind of cool riff? Something around that kind of thing. got that riff kind of going around and you want something to go with it. Maybe you're doing it like this. And you're like, I don't know what comes after that, right? As far as writer's block. To me, the next thing I would do would be like, what's the drummer going to do? And if he's bashing it out on that riff with like a like crash ride kind of thing, maybe he's got to go to something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that kind of thing. So then that changes my riff idea to what it might be to be like. Right, that's a simple kind of thing. Or if you need to go to another idea, maybe what's the bass player doing? If he's like, and maybe for the verse, he's got to go to something else. 1, 2, 3. And that's without even changing chords. You know what I'm saying? You can always start messing with more harmony and more, different kinds of chords. We could go to. We could always change the harmony, but what if you don't have harmony and you're trying to break the writer's block? Think about the other guys in the band. That's my advice. S. Hodges says they want to hear some Uncle Pen. Geez, I better get the mandolin if I'm going to play Uncle Pen. Let's see what we can do about that. All righty. Man, I haven't played mandolin in a while. All right. Kind of in tune. Let me grab this tuner on my phone and bring this up a notch. Make sure we get it good and in tune. I use this little strobo stomp. You guys use that on your phones? Pretty good, man. Pretty freaking good. By request, well, somebody's going to throw some money papers at it. Another thing that I do is hey Sean Tubbs just showed up. Another thing that I do is when I tune mandolin, I'll tune one string with a tuner and then tune the other string to it. This cold weather is really hard on acoustic instruments. Strings are so dead. Little Uncle Pen there. I'll teach you how to play it real quick too. One more time. Now, a fiddle player would play it like this with these double stops. But on mandolin, it sounds kind of sloppy. So I always just do. Right, so I'm going to show you how to play that. with mandolin, you got kind of this first position. You got a second position down here. But mainly, you're going to be playing an A right here. So first things first, let's walk it down. The main head of the tune's played right here. Here's your third, here's your root, A string. That lick is... Then we go to the 4 chords. So we got D, A, and that's like a fiddle kind of lick. Those kind of licks. Those kind of double stop licks. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. So by request, some Uncle Pen. There you go. Sean, I was actually stealing some of your licks the other day, man. No kidding. One of the ones you had that was really cool. I'm gonna tell everybody to go to Sean's page, go to Sean's YouTube channel. Still a good one where Sean was playing around with like an E kind of thing. Play like 1, flat 7, and set it up for turn off some of that delay. I was kind of delayed out, that kind of thing. He was kind of using that thing. So one more time, and definitely this is Sean's idea, so I'm stealing it for him. But when you're in a key of E, he was playing 1 and then D, which is flat 7, and it led him back up to 1 again. So I'm gonna do it slow. Oh, sorry, I played that sloppy. So Sean, I was stealing that. I was stealing that with blending that with a flat 5 thing, and kind of doing it like that. But yeah, it's killer stuff, man. I can't get enough of Sean's channel. Everybody needs to go check it out. Ask about the mandolin pick. It's using this blue chip. It's like the size of the kind of guitar pick versus the blue chip. Quite a bit bigger, you know. Yeah. So let's see here. Writing songs with other band members. Is there an industry best practice for sharing session stems? Yeah, man, Dropbox is cool. Google Drive, all that stuff's cool. It all works. Yeah, you know. There's some cross-picking in there for sure. Chris Quire says, what kind of music is this? I would consider that bluegrass, that the mandolin stuff I was playing a few minutes ago. Definitely bluegrass. Trying to scroll back. Hodges, thank you for the beer money, by the way. I appreciate that. Man, hey Sean, do you have a streaming rig? Like, would you guys like if Sean and me both streamed? I think that'd be super fun. Sean, I don't know what kind of rig you got at home for streaming, but like it's not OBS is free, and that's what I use. I know you got some sick camera stuff. Dude, we ought to try to co-stream and just host an evening with kind of thing. I think that'd be fun. Just some Q&A stuff. Yeah, so Chris Quires talking about the EJ thing. For sure. I definitely love the EJ stuff, man. I'm kind of... Let me jump over on a setting here. Let me grab a different guitar, too. Kind of... try this. All right, grab this thing. So here's the prototype for the A wood pedal. I got it kind of dialed up for that EJ thing. Kind of ish. Sounds kind of cool, like EJ, you know. What's one of those like super EJ-isms? Kind of EJ-esque. So yeah, I figured this thing's gonna come out in March, I think. So I think it sounds pretty good. You know. What's the lick? And then the something like that, right? Was it? That's the thing, right? So let's see. Maybe just put, I think maybe just a touch more mix on here for the EJ thing. Yeah, that sounds pretty good right there. Yeah. So yeah, you know. Yeah, man. So I figure that's kind of a cool sound, talking about the Eric Johnson stuff. RSTX, thanks for the beer money. Sorry for the boring question. What do you suggest is the best exercise to master scales? Okay, that's a great question. I think the best thing you can do is probably just learn some tunes, you know? Like you said, like anything that I'm learning from an exercise standpoint has got to be based in musicality, right? So, for example, scoot this back and kind of aim it down a little bit. Lock her in place. Yeah. So, for example, if I'm trying to learn scales, I will try to find something that has a lot of scales in it, right? If I was working on... like if I wanted to work on my bluegrass stuff, I'd work on songs like that, which is Gold Rush. I'd work on the quintessential like Tony Rice versions of those tunes. And I'd be trying to learn all those different variations of the G run. If I was trying to learn minor, like a lot of minor stuff, and some diminished stuff like that, I'd be listening to some neoclassical stuff and specifically trying to learn tunes. Like, what would be a good one that I learned at some point? I mean, that really helps you learn. Like, learning all that EJ stuff's really inside, you know? They'll lick something like that, I think, without that's not the proper tone, but I would be trying to learn songs for the scales. So if you're trying to learn pentatonic stuff, you know, learn some Allman Brothers, learn some Skinner, you know, definitely. What genre of music are you wanting to learn for scales? I mean, obviously you could just sit and just learn them all, so practice them out. You could say A major. Learn them in all the different positions. The way to figure it out that I found is like you find the same note in different areas of the neck, like E. You hear how all those are all the same note. And then I would try to play my E scale around it. I'll just try to find all the different scales based around finding that same note everywhere. I mean, that's really like a kind of boring way to do it, I guess. I don't know. That's why it's like cooler to learn songs and like where those harmonies are gonna go, right? Even if it's just simple. That's a cool way to think about the Mixolydian scale. Is like Night Moves by Seeger. You can hear a lot of really great harmony in like Eagle stuff. Like you can hear all that harmony. And then try to play the melody line. You're trying to find it. Right? You hear how I'm trying to play the vocal line, you know? that's how I would go about looking at learning scales, is like basing them on songs that I loved, you know, like so, what's another one? Right? That's how I learned things, was just trying to learn songs, you know. Ethan Ricks, sorry, says, rest in peace, Tony Rice. Yeah, man. All those masterful licks that Tony did. Manzanita's a great tune for learning that stuff, you know. It's so hard to do legato with no gain. Yeah. So, next question. Classical stuff is juicy. Man, it really is. That's a great place to learn some scales, too. A lot of classical music, you know. I don't know, just scooping off. It's kind of challenging to play on a clean tone like that, play that kind of stuff on a clean tone, which I do like, you know. Ambient Shredder asked what amp I'm running through. I'm running through the Sir Bella, which is right there. Great amp. I love this amp, man. I think it's such a great sounding amp. Little overdrive. I think it sounds great. I love to turn the room up really loud on this thing too. You know, really great telling. Really cool to be able to turn that room up. I'm using the aux, the Universal Audio aux for that. Yeah. So cool. Oh, I turned down the wrong one. Let's try this. Too much. There we go. Nigel says, "Whoa, that lick was nuts. How long did it take you to get that legato feeling comfortable?" I'm still not comfortable with it. I feel like I'm trying to just get used to releasing the stream. A lot of that stuff's based off of what Tom Quill taught me. But I use it so much with alternate picking. That kind of line is definitely a Tom Quill thing. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think in intervals as you're hearing the melody? I absolutely do. Yeah. I'm definitely trying to think in intervals as I'm hearing the melody. Like for maybe something like what would be like I'm definitely trying to think of those intervals as I'm playing too. Like that kind of thing. I was definitely hearing that stair step thing in my head, right? Built around that. Those kind of intervals. Very, very melody driven type stuff, you know. Thinking of simple melodies, you know, that you can always go to. And then I'd come back up there for the melody. Maybe be slick, put a 4 minor in. And then I'd come back around maybe with some overdrive. keep that melodic center at the top. Oh, sorry. Kind of get rubber bandy with it for a little bit. Thinking my way through the changes. Let's see. Did you ever learn any head cutting dual licks off of Crossroads? Oh man, I sure did. Let's see. That thing, right? Carl says, "Will me and Ben get together?" I mean, yeah, we're gonna do some video stuff soon for sure. Yeah, I learned all that stuff. Was it? One time. Yeah, I learned a lot of that stuff, man. I really was obsessed with that. I always thought that second part was interesting. When he goes up to the I can play it fast, I can't play it slow. That line is so weird. That. So it's all like diminishing. That's how I use the fingering right there. One more time. Something like that, I think. I would obviously have not studied it today to like verify, but I know that that's in the ballpark of it, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely stole some licks from that. And just looking at the guitar through that kind of arpeggiated thing, I went through and I like tried to figure out different ways to finger that. See the differences? And over the D minor, I use an open string. That's how I did that. And then, which is like kind of the stock way to do it. All those tippity, slippity, tappy things are so much easier with all that piles of gain. So, yeah, thank you for the beer money, by the way. Thank you for the 5-spot, Carl. Vi is the king of effing up your fingers. Oh, yeah, for sure. Lightning Boy. That's funny. It won't hold tune because I got a floating trim, but yeah, that's the kind of thing, right? Yeah, I can't do it because it won't be in tune. That's all right. That's some more of that Tom Quill stuff applied to alternate picking. It's kind of a neat way. I'm going to do maybe a woodshed on this week. That's kind of a cool way to do a 11. A lot better stream of conscious than I can actually like slow it down and teach it, Thank you, Roma, for the beer money. I appreciate that. Time to break out a hardtail. Yeah, I got a wall of them. I just, whatever. I'm lazy. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, man. Probably gonna call it. I got to make some dinner. We've been hanging out for about an hour here, and I'll tell you what. Let's fire off a couple of questions here. And go from there. And I'll bid you off. I don't want to take up too much of your evening with boring old guitar stuff. But if you have some, thank you so much, Kenobi, for the kind beer money. I guess I can do a little Star Wars here for you, Mr. Kenobi. There's the Star Wars thing. I'll show you a little bit of that Star Wars version that I worked up. That's how I did it. I'll show you that real quick. So the melody, right, is the... That's how I did that. And if you go back and watch the John Williams episode, Under the Influence, it's in my playlist. You can check it out. I did a chord melody of Star Wars. And it's kind of a cool thing. And then I go up here to move it to the next octave. And that's that chord. Like... forget how I play that. That's how I did it. Right, so it's like A. That's G to B. And then A again. I forget how I did this. Something like that. So I had it all worked out. Now it's gonna bother me. That's how I did it. So it sounds like... One more time. That's how I did that. So you can check it out on there. It's pretty neat. I don't know a Roy Clark song off the top of my head, Thomas. I'd love to. What's a Roy Clark song? Let me just check the internet here and see what the internet says Roy Clark song. Roy Clark. Is it going to come up for us? Roy Clark song. Let's see what he played. Tips of my fingers, God and the Greyhound. I need to learn some of these. Looks like he did Folsom Prison, but I don't want to leave with that. Oh, I'll teach you some cool stuff on Orange Blossom Special. Looks like Roy played that. So he, Orange Blossom was like. Part that I had is the so let me show you that. Let's do that one more time. So Orange Blossom Special is just a bunch of vamps in E with train noises. How's that? You have a bunch of train sounds. I think one of the O'Connor licks is. You can do some cross picking. Basically, you're in E the whole time. However you want to be an E for however long, doing how many train sounds that you can muster up. And then you have the iconic lick, this. And now at this point, the fiddle plays like a double shuffle, which is it's like that kind of sound. And it's hard to like cross pick it and make it sound right. Maybe like this. You could also do it with double stops, kind of Brent style, kind of basic. So I'm doing that Brent pattern. And then you could also do like that kind of pull off thing where it's like. Keep that going. Or. And now let's do the head, the main head. And I play it with the open E. I play it like that. I love the open sound. It makes it sound more like a banjo or something. It's like dun, dun, dun. It really hits that downbeat. And then you can end it with any kind of tag you want. You're back into, the E train section. Right, play all Pretty Woman or whatever you want. Again, one more time. And then the head. That's all based out of A right there. Right? That's how I'm doing it. Oh man, people get ready. Yeah, K-Rock. That's a good tune, man. I love that. What's the lick from Jeff Beck's? Isn't that what Jeff plays, you know? Right. Oh, sorry. Maybe I like those like gospel-y sounds. You could do, what would be cool there? Kind of build some tension. And that's a cool old school chord where you're just playing the 5 in the bass and the 4. So it's like a G, but instead of playing G on the bottom, I'm playing A on the bottom. Listen to this. Like those little Mateus things. There's some cool stuff to kind of like mess around with there. Man, thank you guys. I'm going to try to get up here and make some food. Andrew, oh man, coming in with a hundo spot. Dude, too kind, man. Too kind. If there's anything I can answer before we close out, man, I really appreciate that. That support is crazy. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep streaming, man, for you guys. Thanks so much for spending time with us, Andrew. Sharing so much info. I always pick up at least one aha moment from watching these. And helped you out and play. Man, dude, I appreciate you. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep making this content, keep streaming, keeping on, doing music stuff for you guys. So this is super cool. I really appreciate that. Andrew Nikolai asked me how I feel about Robin Trower. He's amazing. We actually cover Bridge of Sighs a lot of times when I go out and play with my band. So this is not Wet Dry Wet. This is just stereo. So actually, this one right here should be, the times aren't right. If I change the times here, let's do this. Let's do, don't link it, and do one at, let's say 500. This is how I like to run it, and then one at like 375. Yeah, it's something like this. That's how I typically would run that sound. Yeah, the Robin Trower thing is great. I got a cool univibe in here. Let me turn on the univibe. Yeah, here's the Trower kind of univibe. Thing. So I love Trower. I leaned in too far to the microphone. I can't do that. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the Trower fanboy. I mean, I like that stuff. Yeah. Any other questions here? How do I feel about Robin Trower? Love it. Man, I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see y'all soon. Hopefully the stream stuff will be a little smoother next time. We'll get off to a smoother start. Hope everyone has a great evening and a great weekend. And if you're interested in specific lesson content, you go to the Patreon. Patreon.com has all kinds of things, like my Patreon Andy Wood Music. Let me just put that in here in the chat so you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah. So patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic, and you can get the lesson content. You get tabs, you get backing tracks, Axe-Fx settings, lessons, and then once a week we do a masterclass on Wednesdays, and that's kind of like clinic style masterclass. And yeah, so hopefully soon we can all be playing shows again. But even when that happens, I intend on keeping the woodshed and the streaming thing going for you guys. I don't intend on quitting once touring starts. You just may end up with live streams from like backstages or something. I don't know. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much. AndyWoodMusic.com. Contact me through there. And we'll see you guys soon, man. Much love. Crispy high fives to each one of you.